Joe Colombo. Joe Colombo does something no mob boss is supposed to do. He goes public. In 1970, he founds the Italian-American Civil Rights League, fills Madison Square Garden with 50,000 people, and pressures the U.S. Department of Justice into removing the word mafia from its official language. The government actually does it. He then goes on late-night television and denies that organized crime even exists while running it. Visibility, though, is a liability. June 28, 1971. His own rally. 3 bullets. Colombo spends 7 years in a coma and dies in 1978. The man who made the mob go mainstream gets silenced in the most public setting possible. He ranks 5th, not for lacking nerve, but because his strategy handed his enemies the perfect stage. James Burke. James Burke never becomes a made man. He's Irish. The Lucchese family's rules lock him out permanently. Burke operates anyway, as one of the most feared earners in New York's underworld, without a title. In 1978, he engineers the Lufthansa heist, $5 to $6 million stripped from JFK Airport in a single night. Then he does something that reveals his real skill. He begins eliminating every accomplice who could link him to it, methodically, one by one. His downfall is Henry Hill, the one protege he doesn't kill. Hill flips. The FBI collapses everything. Burke dies of lung cancer in prison in 1996, holding no formal title in the family he spent his life serving. Power without status. That is his entire story. Nicodemo Scarfo. Nicky Scarfo doesn't want control. He wants submission. As boss of the Philadelphia South Jersey family from 1981, he transforms his own organization into a machine of such concentrated fear that soldiers commit murders not because they're ordered to, but because refusing means becoming the next one on the list. Over 20 men die in his war with rival Harry Riccobene alone. He extorts city developers for million-dollar bribes. He runs loan sharking and narcotics with military precision. But extreme fear has a structural flaw. It manufactures desperate people. His own nephew, underboss Philip Leonetti, flips. Then his lieutenants flip. The entire inner circle turns. In 1989, courts hand him 55 years for racketeering and life for murder. He dies in prison in 2017, still issuing orders until almost the end. His methodology worked. It just destroyed the one resource a criminal empire cannot replenish: loyalty. John Gotti. John Gotti seizes power on December 16, 1985, with a single decision. He orders the assassination of his own boss, Paul Castellano, outside Sparks Steakhouse. Castellano never reaches the front door. Gotti walks away already the most powerful man in New York. He runs the Gambino family, America's most dominant criminal organization, with theatrical precision. The $1,800 Brioni suits. The tabloid front pages. He beats 3 consecutive federal trials between 1986 and 1990 through jury tampering and sheer psychological leverage. The press calls him the Teflon Don. He loves it. The FBI escalates. They plant listening devices inside the Ravenite Social Club. Every word. Then his underboss, Sammy, the Bull Gravano, calculates his own survival odds and testifies, admitting to 19 murders to bring down one man. In 1992, Gotti is convicted on 14 counts. He dies of throat cancer in prison in 2002. He ranked 2nd because he held the most powerful criminal organization in America at its absolute peak and lost it the moment he confused loyalty with ego. Nothing else on this list comes close. Salvatore Riina. Toto Riina grows up in Corleone, Sicily, in absolute poverty. His father and brother die when they discover a forgotten World War II bomb. That event doesn't break him, it calibrates him. He rises through the Sicilian Mafia, and when he takes control of the Corleonese faction, he doesn't consolidate quietly, he declares war on everyone. During the Second Mafia War, he eliminates 200 members of a single rival faction. 200. Not over years, over months. Then he does something no organized crime boss in modern history has attempted. He targets the state itself. he orders the 1992 assassination of anti-mafia judges Giovanni Falcone and Paolo Borsellino using roadside bombs packed with hundreds of kilograms of explosives. The Italian government deploys military troops in response. He doesn't stop. A train bombing kills 17 civilians. These aren't tactical decisions, they're declarations. The state responds with the Maxi trials, the largest organized crime prosecution in modern history. Hundreds of convictions. Riina spends 23 years as a fugitive before his arrest in 1993. Courts sentence him to 26 consecutive life sentences. He never negotiates. He never cooperates. He never apologizes. He dies in prison in 2017 at 87, serving every single one. Riina ranks first because he didn't just run a criminal empire, he forced an entire nation to legally and institutionally reinvent itself to stop him. That is a different category of power entirely. 5 men, 5 empires, all of them fall. The only thing worth studying isn't how they built it, it's what the system learned from each collapse. Because every single one of these arrests came from someone who got close enough to talk. The mob's greatest vulnerability has always been the same thing as its greatest strength, the people inside it.